Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Well, as you can probably hear in the background, I'm just uploading a video. The video is an interview I did earlier on this afternoon with John Dillon, who I'm sure you all now know on social media made those disgraceful comments about David Silva on the TalkSport weekend breakfast on Saturday morning with Georgie Bingham and Tony Cascarino. Now, I just want to put a bit of context as to how this happened. Well, I immediately after the show, I made some quite harsh comments against John Dillon, and I said to him in one of the comments that I thought his comments were disgraceful, and I'd like a comment as to why he made them. We now know on Sunday morning he did come out and make an apology on Twitter, but it didn't seem to be enough for City fans or me. And I even said on my tweets, well, it's a bit late, you had all yesterday to do that. But anyway, as it stands, I received an email from him yesterday afternoon, and in there he's basically said that that he'd read my tweets, he tried to get in contact with me, I'd not replied back, and that he'd like to touch base and explain and apologise for his comments. And he sent me a big long email all about how he was apologetic and how he feels that he didn't mean to say come across in that way. Let's call it that. So I said, well, you know, words are always easy to interpret. So look, why don't you come on camera? We'll give you an opportunity to make your apology to not just City fans but football fans in general, because I think that's important. It wasn't just Man City fans who had a go at him. And come on camera and or Skype call, and you can put your apology across. I basically was clear and said there'd be no editorial rights to this video. I can ask you questions about it, and I can't promise how Manchester City fans or football fans in general will comment on the video. But all I'll do, I think it'd be remiss of me to not give you an opportunity, seeing as though you've contacted us at Man City Fan TV, to at least say your piece on camera and allow me to question your answers and ask you questions about not only the David Silva thing but everything that was said within the show on TalkSport, comments made by Georgie Bingham, who's got away with this, in my opinion, because she said some pretty interesting things. And yeah, so he did. So, you know, as much as people might, even after watching the video, might think, you know, bollocks to him and etc, etc. I mean, fair play. I can't think of many journalists out there that would come on camera. And, you know, it's one thing sending an email with a big apology. It's one thing apologising on Twitter, because you don't get that a lot. And let's face it, if you can name one person who's come out on Twitter as a journalist for certain comments that have been made in recent years, I'd be surprised. Count them on a couple of fingers, I guess. But he came out, he said his piece. Now, whether I agree with him or not is irrelevant. That I'm not here to be partisan and have one side or the other. I'm simply here as a medium to give him his opportunity, which I think is right to do. I think it's morally right. We're talking about morals, so I think it's morally right if he wants to apologise, we give him that opportunity to do so. Yeah, watch the video and give us your comments below. On Twitter, I said to some people who posted early, oh, you know, he can F off and he can do this and he can... I said, just watch the video. And then after you've watched the video, and after you've watched what he has to say, and what you've watched him answering my questions back to him with regards to it, and he doesn't get an easy ride in the video, but he was still willing to continue to answer the questions that I came up with, then fair enough. I can't persuade anybody to say, right, okay, we've accepted his apology and we move on. But on the flip side of that, he has come on to a Man City fan channel. He has come onto Twitter, and so that does count for something. I know some might say bollocks, it doesn't, and it's nonsense, but it does count for something, because you don't get many journalists that would do that. But it's come out, regardless of the reasons why or whatever. We're talking about morals here, and we're talking about doing the right thing. Let's face it, we've had lots of debates this week about Raheem Sterling and it should have been the right thing and all that nonsense. You know, Georgie Bingham should have done the right thing and challenged John at the time on the radio show, but she didn't, and chose not to. And we know it's live on air, and things can be said sometimes that afterwards you might think, you know, when looking back in retrospect, you think that was the wrong thing to say. And possibly he's thought, if I keep quiet, maybe, hopefully, it'll be forgotten about, and I don't have to come out immediately and implicate myself. But as it is with social media, with radio, whatever, you say certain things, and you're going to get picked up for it, and rightly so. And that's what I did with John in the video. I didn't give him an easy ride. In fact, I gave him a pretty hard ride. But at the end of the day, this is, I'm trying to be, you know, objective about this and giving John the opportunity to have his say. What you Blues think about it is entirely up to you. So this is the video. This is the interview on Skype that I did earlier, and then part of the video I did play him back, and he, you know, I asked him, I said, can I play this clip of the interview at the weekend about the David Silva comment? Can I play it back to you? He couldn't hear it, but I put the audio over the top, and he answered my questions afterwards. So anyway, Blues, watch the video. It's a long one. It's an hour. Put it into parts if you want to. We didn't want to put it into different parts because while you're watching it, obviously there's emotion involved. There's anger involved, and there's also objectivity involved. And I think if you split up watching the video into loads of different sections, then you lose that momentum, you lose that sort of feeling where the story is and feeling where the questions are and the answers and the emotion and the intonation in the voices of me and John. So I think sit down, relax. It's, what day is it? What is it? Tuesday? I don't know what's on TV, but sit down, relax, put it on, have a watch. Like I said, we're putting this out there because I feel that we'd be remiss if we just turned around and basically said to John, no, we're not interested, go away. That's not what we're about. It's not about getting clicks and views and things like that. I just think it's the right thing to do because, yeah, everybody makes mistakes. You know, whether you agree or not, comment after the video, comment on Twitter, whatever else. That's what I've said on Twitter earlier. I turned around and said, just watch the video and have your comment, and then at least you've seen what's been said and you've heard what's been said. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. This is the John Dillon interview about the David Silva comments, and also about Manchester City as a whole, the journalist's approach to the reporting that they have and the wordage that they use in the interviews, and also about FFP, Der Spiegel, and how the media have jumped all over it this week. So guys, subscribe to the channel. Hope you enjoy the video. Please look at it in an objective way, and have your comment below. But anyway, we'll see you soon.